I know. You guys gonna whoop my ass. My mistake for the long wait. Finally back. Just know I've been trying to figure things out. I still don't have anything planned out, but just basically, guys, treat this channel like an A24 film gem. Whenever A24 releases a film that is definitely a hit, you don't know when it's gonna happen. Just know when it does, you're glad it's there. All right. The title for this video: China-fied soup kitchen. The reason I gave this video this title is because last week I volunteered at a soup kitchen, for school, and also for the kindness of my heart, to give back to the community of New York City, because this is where I'm currently at for punk ass school. So my job was to fold boxes while people were, giving warm plates to warm meals, giving out clothing, box foods, canned food, supplies, seasoning, everything. This was clearly an event for the homeless and poor folks. All right, you got a little thing going on in the apartment, but you hella poor. So that's why you need to get cans and seasoning and all that. Homie, one thing about this event that I found flabbergasting was that the people lined up to get the supplies were all exclusively Chinese. Baby, the moment I saw that, I knew something's wrong. Something ain't right. Look. I got my sources. The reason for that is, number one, whenever you walk the streets of New York City, you see someone that is homeless, you guys see two things. You see some of that melanin, or you see some of that fair skin with a toner. More specifically Hispanic or white, but given these folks can't afford no sunscreen, they ain't get no showers, they look a little tan from all that mold and dirt. You understand? You don't see no Chinese homeless folks in America. I gotta keep it 1,000. Look at here. According to the Washington Informer, right? They published this article down in 2022, which was about a year ago, of course, titled "Blacks Hit Hardest as NYC's Homeless Population Grows Amid Mental Health Crisis." Okay, this was last year. This article states that homelessness increased to net near 15% in the past 10 years, and that in that increase, the people that have been impacted by it, 50%, and I quote, the nonprofit Coalition for Homelessness reported that about 57% of head of households in shelters are black, 32% are Hispanic, 7% are white, and less than 1% are Asian or Native American. Homie, that less than 1% means zero. I'm sorry, brother. It says Asian and Native American. Damn, natives. Damn, I'm sorry for y'all, man. Y'all should go to Nevada or something. I don't know enough, but heard y'all got them casinos rolling, but even pre-colonization, y'all wasn't united. Chinese folks, however, and I know this says Asian, but it will most likely gonna be Chinese, for statistical reasons, brother. There's a billion of them in a world of 7 billion. Now reduce that from global to a continent. Most Asians out there either gonna be Indian and Chinese, and homie, we all can tell the difference. Let's keep it 1,000. More sources. Coalition for the Homelessness claims that you got around 87,000 homeless people in NYC. Most of them is black. Ain't no Chinese homeless folks in New York City. You want to argue that they're poor Chinese folks? Yeah, absolutely. But homie, let me tell you something that Chinese individuals have that black folks don't have. This sort of intense unity that is just like crazy. It's like these motherfuckers all come in one group and they all huddle together. You see it, you can see it in Chinatown and their businesses and the place they own. Either some family or some strictly family or strictly Chinese. They hire their own, they work with their own, and they profit off of others, my brother. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing you come to realize with the Chinese in business. Now, for all you cornballs out there that are not ready to have a conversation, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about your little Susies with your parents from China and you going to UCL. I'm not talking about you or your family. Well, probably your aunties and uncles. But I'm not talking about you, all right? I'm talking about strict immigrants directly from China that immigrate here either usually as a group, and that migrate to Chinese communities to build together. Homie, they do this everywhere. And so, all right. So, my theory is these cats are not poor. Or no, my theory is these cats are not homeless, and they're using the resources for profiting regions. Given Chinatown is flooded with restaurants and businesses, some of these Chinese are smart when it comes to business. A lot of them know how to maximize. You can even ask a lot of Chinese folks. A lot of them know how to not spend money, right? Especially when it comes to making your business. Sure, you gotta make money. You gotta spend money to make money. But what if you don't always have to spend that money? That's where the nonprofit organizations come in hand. That's where the shelters come in hand. The donations. You got these folks. They come as a group. They take the and they use it as their advantage. Now, this is not no video against no Asians. This is actually me saying I respect the hustle. That's crazy, my brother. You coming over here, man. You got a plan, and these brothers, these people done mastered this like Red Hood and Task Force C. Bro, you see these cats coming in, bro, they smiling, they talking, cause they know nobody's gonna understand. Bro, you can see planning it out, knowing exactly what to do, what to get, how to do it. Just grabbing cans of resources. They were mostly fixated on the packaging, on the packaged supplies with the vegetables, the proteins, bruh. Chinese, baby. Chinese. And I'm not talking about no trixies from UCLA. Y'all are American at this point. More specifically, white. I ain't talking about y'all. Y'all that don't wanna retain anything from y'all original cultures because of so-called white people. This, first of all, if you're from another culture and you afraid of what white Americans might say, so you neglect. I have compassion for your struggle, but you's a cornball, because you're going to get judged regardless. But that's another topic. China-fied soup kitchen. These folks came in with a plan. They got it worked out. They ain't homeless. You ain't fooling me, homie. They had a plan. They were able to execute it. And that's why Chinese folks that's part of the reason why Chinese folks is doing well in America. Baby, learn it.